So hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be teaching you how to make this beautiful crocodile or petal stitch. It is worked in layers and this is how it looks from behind. This is the foundation chain or the foundation where we are going to make the petals later on. It's a very beautiful pattern and it can be used in any sort of crochet projects you wish. It looks absolutely beautiful as a scarf, as a poncho, as a bag, or even as a beanie. I've just worked a sample size for the tutorial purpose. You can make a project of any length of your choice. For the purpose of this video, I'll be using this pink color medium weight yarn. It's a very beautiful pink color yarn and a size 5.0 mm or size 8 crochet hook. So let's get started. This pattern is worked in the multiple of 6 chains plus 1 chain, and I'll be working 24 chains plus 1, that would be 25 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 24 and 25. So now that we have made 25 chains, we'll count back 5 chains, and in the 5th chain from the hook, we'll work 2 double crochets. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is the 5th chain and we'll work 2 double crochet in this chain. This is our first double crochet and this is our second double crochet. This 1 double crochet plus 1 chain or these 4 chains would be considered as a border in our project. So now moving on, chain 1, and now we'll skip 2 chains. So this is 1, this is 2, and in the 3rd chain we'll again work 2 double crochet set. This is 1 and this is 2. Chain 1. We'll skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and in the 3rd chain, we'll again make 2 double crochet set. You can go ahead and repeat this pattern wherein you'll skip 2 chains and work 2 double crochet set and chain 1, and I'll meet you at the end. So I've almost reached at the end and now I'll be skipping 2 chains, 1, 2, and in the 3rd chain I'll be working 2 double crochet set. This is 1, this is 2, chain 1. And here at the end we are just left with 2 chains, so we'll skip 1 chain and in the last chain we'll work just 1 double crochet. And these 2 double crochet sets are the ones where we'll be placing our petal or crocodile stitch. So basically this is our foundation row on which we are going to work the petals. So let's start working on the petals. So turn your work and work 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4. So again this will be our border. So we'll be working our petals over these 2 double crochet set. So for this, this is our right hand double crochet and this is our left hand double crochet of this set. So now we'll just hold this right hand double crochet like this and we'll work 5 double crochet on this right hand side double crochet of the 2 double crochet set. So let's work. So if you can see the right hand double crochet like this, I'm working on this double crochet. This is my first double crochet, this is my second double crochet, this is my third double crochet, 4th and 5th. As you can see, if you just flip the work, so if you can see, this is the first half of the petal, and now we'll be working on the second half of the petals. Just chain 1, and now we'll be working the second half of this petal on the left hand side double crochet, and we'll start working 5 double crochet on the same double crochet post. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this completes our first petal. So now we'll just lock this petal by placing a slip stitch in the next 2 double crochet set. So we'll place a slip stitch in between these 2 double crochet sets. That's a slip stitch. So as you can see, we've just made our first petal. Same way we'll be working this petal in every alternate 2 double crochet set. So we've just placed a slip stitch here. Now we'll be working on this 2 double crochet set. We'll skip this one because we'll be putting a slip stitch on this double crochet set. Then we'll be working on this one. So every alternate 2 double crochet set will have a petal. So let's work on another petal. So since we have locked our petal in these 2 double crochet set, we'll work our next petal over these 2 double crochets. So we'll work first on the right hand side double crochet. So we'll just hold this and work 5 double crochet on this right hand side double crochet. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1. This is the first half of the petal, and now we'll work on the second half of the petal on this left hand side double crochet of the same set. So just hold this double crochet and work 5 more double crochets. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Our second petal. Let's lock this petal. We'll place a slip stitch in between the next 2 double crochet set. So here we just place a slip stitch, and we've just locked the petal. So this is our second petal. So go ahead and repeat the pattern, and I'll meet you when I'm at the last petal. So I've just completed working on the 4th petal, and now I'll just place a slip stitch on the top of these 4 chains. So this is how our first layer of the petals would look like, and from now onwards we'll just be making the foundation row and then working these petals over it. So now let's work on our next foundation row. Turn your work around and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now as we have to work a foundation chain or a base for the petals, we'll work 2 double crochet sets. So our first 2 double crochet set would be made in between the space of this petal. So wrap your yarn around and we'll place the hook in between the space of this petal. So now grab the yarn and pull it. So now we have 3 loops on our hook, and now we'll work a regular double crochet. So wrap the yarn around, pull through 2 loops and wrap the yarn around and pull through the remaining 2 loops. So this way we just created our first double crochet of the 2 double crochet set. Now let's work the second double crochet. So wrap the yarn around, put the hook in between the space of the petal, grab the yarn, pull it up. Now wrap the yarn around, pull through 2 loops, wrap the yarn around and pull through the remaining 2 loops. And we have just created our first 2 double crochet set. Now chain 1. Now our next 2 double crochet set would be above these 2 double crochet set where we placed a slip stitch in the previous round. So wrap the yarn around, put it in between these 2 double crochet, grab the yarn and pull it up, wrap the yarn around, pull through 2 loops, wrap the yarn around and pull through 2 loops. This way we just made our first double crochet of the 2 double crochet set. Now wrap the yarn around, put the hook in between the space of the 2 double crochet set, grab the yarn, pull it up, wrap the yarn around, pull through 2 loops, wrap the yarn around and pull through 2 loops. So this way we just made our second 2 double crochet set. So this is our first 2 double crochet set and our second 2 double crochet set. Now let's work on the next 2 double crochet set. Chain 1. So wrap the yarn around, put the hook in between the petal, grab the yarn, wrap the yarn and pull through 2 loops, wrap the yarn and pull through 2 loops. This is our first double crochet. Now a second double crochet in the same space and chain 1. Now we'll work another 2 double crochet set above these 2 double crochet where we placed a slip stitch in the previous round. So we'll work 1 double crochet and our second double crochet, chain 1. You can go ahead and repeat this pattern and I'll meet you at the end of this row. And here I've almost reached at the end and making the last 2 double crochet set on the petal. This is 2, chain 1, and here on the top stitch we'll just place 1 double crochet. So we have just completed working our foundation on which we are going to make our next petals. And turn your work and chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll just place 1 slip stitch in the middle of these 2 double crochet. It's a slip stitch. So now we are not going to work a petal on this double crochet set. Instead we'll be working a petal on this double crochet set, the second one. So this way in the second row we'll have just 3 petals. Now we'll just work a petal the same way which we did in our round 2. So now just spread it a little, hold the right side double crochet upwards and now work 5 double crochet on this post. Chain 1, turn your work. Now hold the left hand side double crochet of the set and work 5 double crochet. Place a slip stitch in between these 2 double crochet sets like so. So now if you'll notice, the petal is in between and above these 2 petals of the previous row. You can go ahead and work on the next petal and I'll meet you when I'm done with my second petal. It's a slip stitch. So So now you can see it's coming really beautiful over and in between these two petals from the previous rounds. So now let's work on the last petal of this round. And now let's lock this petal by placing a slip stitch in center of the next double crochet pose. And now on the last double crochet post, we'll just work one double crochet post on the top. Like so. So this is how our second layer of the petals would look like. You can go ahead and work a foundation base for our next layer of petals. And 2, chain 1 and work 1 double crochet in the third chain of the previous round. So this is our double crochet. So we've just made our foundation or our base to make the third layer of the petals, which we are going to make next. So turn your work around, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we'll be working the same way which we did in our first layer of the petals. So we'll be working a petal right on these 2 double crochets. So let's start working on our first petal. Now let's lock this petal by placing a slip stitch in between the next 2 double crochet set. That's a slip stitch. So you can see this petal is above the first layer of the petal. Let's work on the second petal. Lock this petal by placing a slip stitch in the next double crochet set. So now you can see the third layer of the petal should imitate the first layer of the petal. So let's work on the next petal now. Let's lock this petal. Like so. And now let's work on the last petal of this round. Now let's lock this petal by placing a slip stitch on the third chain. Now we have just created the third row of the petal or the crocodile stitch. So if you'll notice, the third layer of the petal will have the same amount of petals as of the first layer of the petals. So let me work on the 4th, 5th, 6th row and get back to you to show you how it looks. Now you can see I have just made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 layers of petal, and now you can easily notice the third layer of the petal has the same amount of petals as in the first layer of the petal, and also the 5th layer of the petal is similar to the first and the third layer. And also the second layer of the petal, which has 3 petals, is similar to the 4th layer of the petal and the 6th layer of petal. So go ahead and work this pattern on any project of your choice, and if you like this tutorial, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing to my channel. Also leave a comment below and let me know what project you worked on and how this pattern looked on your project. Thanks for watching.